Hello students, this is your atomic structure part 5th. Today we will learn about the electronic configuration, that how we fill electrons in shells, subshell or orbitals. So let's start. Okay, so this is a basic theme to fill electron inside the shell or subshell or orbitals. You can see here 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p. These represent the orbitals. One is represent the S represent the subshell, while its first is represent the shell number, that is first shell. Second represent the second shell, that is L shell, and third represent the third shell, that is M shell. S, P, D, F notations represent the subshells, while the superscript which show numbers 2, 2, 6, 2, 6, 2, 10. These represent the number of electron to be filled. As you know already that in S subshell we can maximum fill 2 electrons. In case of P subshell we can fill 6 electrons. In case of D subshell we fill 10 electrons. So this is all about electronic distribution. You have to learn this from 1s to 3D. How we pronounce it? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Now how many electrons are filled? Up to 2p6. These are 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 6, 10, 12 or 6, 18 electrons filled up to 3p6. And this is a configuration of argon. It represents the electronic configuration of argon 18. As going further, 4s is the next subshell is which we have to fill. 4s2 and 3d10. Up to here, it represents the electronic configuration of 30th element, that is zinc. This is a electronic configuration for the zinc, and you have to learn up to 30 only, because they are used mostly in class 11th and class 12 syllabus. So this is a basic strategy to fill the electron distribution in various orbitals. Suppose we have to fill electronic configuration, we have to write the electronic configuration of for sodium. Then we must know about the atomic number of sodium. The atomic number of sodium is 11. Where will I? There are two electrons, that is 1s2, 2s2. There are 4 electrons were filled, and 2p6 up to here 10 electrons are filled already. So we required one more electron to be filled in 3s. So the correct configuration of sodium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. That is the correct configuration for the sodium. And suppose we have to find the electronic configuration of calcium having atomic number 30, then what we write? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. At that place, we already filled 10 electrons. We have to fill 10 more electrons. So 3s2, 3p6, we had 18 electrons, and finally 4s2. So up to here, this is the electronic configuration of calcium. So we can easily fill electrons in various orbitals by using this trick. Suppose you forgot this line, then you can draw these lines as such by making equal gaps in rows and columns. You can see here I write 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. Okay, in a downward manner. As similar 2p, 3p, 4p, and cut each and every lines by inclined plane, and read each and every line from backside. So you can see here 1s, then 2s, then 2p, then 3s. You can see here 1s, 2s, 2p, then 3s. After 3s, we read this line, fourth line from the back side. Then we interact with the 3p first. So we have to write orbital 3p after 3s. 3s, then 3p, not 4s. 3p is getting filled first, then 4s, followed by filling of 3d orbitals, then 4p orbitals, then 5s, like that. As the atomic numbers increasing on, we can use the other unfilled orbitals which are written over here. So this is the basic scheme to fill electron inside various orbital of an element. Come to the next. I read some of the confusing electronic configuration of elements like copper and chromium. As you know, the atomic number of copper is 29 and chromium is 24. They are most confusing electronic configuration. Why they are called confusing electronic why they are having confusing electronic configuration? Let's find the reason. You can see here by following this trick that I already told you, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2 and 3d10. I write this configuration first. Then what we see in case of 3d9, the last orbital, 3d orbital, where 9 electrons are filled. The maximum capacity of this d orbital is of 10 electrons. So it requires one more electron to complete its fully filled configuration. And as we know, if someone required some of the orbital required only one electron to complete either its half filled or fully filled configuration, we have to transfer one electron from the nearby orbital. So there is a nearby orbital is 4s. So we have to transfer one electron from 4s to 3d. So the correct configuration can be written as 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1 and 3d10. So up to 30th electron, that means zinc, up to element zinc, there are only two exceptions which are having confusing electronic configuration. Okay, so these are copper and chromium. You must remember because they are mostly asked by examiner in your exam. Next is chromium is 24. So how we write? We write first by using this basic scheme. Then we got this configuration. As we know, by filling by adding one more electron in 3d 4 configuration, we achieve half filled configuration. So by borrow this one electron from 4s orbital, we make it 5. So 3d5 is the correct configuration because it represents the half-filled condition of 3d substance, 3d orbitals. While in that case, it is a case of fully filled configuration. So to complete fully filled configuration, you have to achieve fully filled configuration by copper. The configuration is written as such. While in case of chromium, to complete its half filled in outermost shell, we have to write the configuration in a manner. So it considered to be the correct configuration. And there is a correction, that's why it might make it ready. Okay. So this is all about configuration. Now we have to practice each and every electronic configuration up to element 30, that is zinc. Come to the next. So direct or indirectly, so direct and indirectly, we follow four laws during writing this configuration. Okay, we talk about them later. First, solve the question. That is the question number one. Write electronic configuration of sodium having atomic number 11. That I already uh, discussed. So correct answer is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. Okay, by using this basic scheme that I already told you, the basic scheme is written here: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. So this is a correct answer. You can see here. Count the electrons for the confirmation. There are two electrons which are filled in 1s. So 2 to 4, 4 and 6, 10 electron, and there is 1 electron. So total there are 11 electrons, which I already filled, and this is the correct configuration for the sodium. So I already told you that active indirectly we follow 4 rules during writing this configuration, this basic scheme, and now we discuss them one by one. You can see here. So what kind of rules we follow? First is Haber rule. Haber rule says that the orbital with the least energy get filled first. So the orbital shell or subshell having least energy get filled first. That is all are about the Haber principle. But better explained by n plus n rule. There is another rule, but some of the books include this n plus n rule in Haber principle because it is a basic. It is a good explanatory in nature. You can see here orbital with the lower n plus L value get filled first. Why? Because orbital with the lower n plus L having less energy. That already I above say that orbital with the low energy filled first, and that can be explained by n plus L rule further. So orbital with the lower n plus L value, n means principal quantum number and L for azimuthal quantum number. So those orbital which are having lower n plus L value get filled first. I can explain this rule by taking example of these orbitals. You can see here. Suppose we take a pair of orbital, for example 4d and 5p. If you see the 4d orbital, so n value for the 4d is 4, while L value for the d is 2. As I already told you in our last class or last section of our lecture, previous lecture. So d having value of L, that means azimuthal quantum number is 2, and I repeat again the value of L for S is 0, L for P for P is 1, D is 2, and F is 3. So for D, there is a value of L is 2, 4 and 2 gives 6. So the value of N plus L becomes 6 for D. And if we compare this value with the that one 5s, there is a 5, and for the value of L for S is 0. So total n plus L value for 5s is 5. So which one having low n plus L value, that is 5s. So it filled first. Okay. So the order of filling must be from 1s to 7s end. That means from 1s to 7s. Suppose we take another pair of orbitals. You can see here 4d having n plus L value, that is 6, and for the 5p is again 6 because 5 for the n value and L value for the p is 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. 4d also have a 6 n plus L value. So both the n plus L value of 4d and 5p is 6. Then there is a confusion that which orbital get filled first. Very simple answer, that you have to fill first that orbital which having lower principal quantum number. That means value of n is deciding factor here. So 4 is showing low n value. That's why 4d get filled first. On to the next rule, that is Pauli exclusion principle. What is called Pauli exclusion principle? You can see here, very easy. So Pauli principle says that no two electrons are having 4 quantum numbers which are same. So inside any element, there is no two electrons are there which are having same all 4 quantum numbers values. So it's not possible that two electrons inside a single same element which are having same all 4 quantum number values. At least spin quantum number values must be different, because as we know that electrons are filled in an opposite spin inside a single orbital. So this is all about Pauli exclusion principle. Next is Hund's rule. What say Hund's? So during filling of electrons inside orbital, each orbital filled first. That means electron first occupies singly inside any orbital, after followed by pairing. Suppose we have to fill 3p 4 electrons. Then what is the correct pattern is, first you have to fill 1 1 1 in each orbital, then go for the pairing of first orbital. Okay, this is all about Hermitz rule. Come to the next. This is your worksheet, so you have to complete each and every question of this worksheet. And if you got some difficulty, you can ask in our comment section. Answer is already given. Okay, so this is about all are about today's lecture. Best of luck and have a nice day.